as you're all discussing what happens next, there is a knock.
Who is it?
At the front door in the dead of night.
Well, I'm going to run over by the front door and stand by the front door.
With his axe out. Just guess.
Well, I've always got my axe out.
Don't on the apprehensive.
And I'll say, who is it? Who's out there?
You hear a voice say something in a high-pitched, almost childlike voice, and a paper slides under the door.
I go over and pick up the paper and bring it to the man of the house.
The burgomaster has seated himself at the table, which a moment ago was sort of his funerary altar.
Is he eating the food that they've done?
He smells nice, though, all the
But
spices.
he smells good. It's Old Spice.
Oh.
He looks at the paper, and he says, perhaps you will have the opportunity to find out exactly what he wants from you. He turns the paper around and shows it to you.
It's an invitation.
It is a map that has been drawn in pen and ink that shows the village of Barovia. It shows the castle. It shows the road to the castle. And it shows a camp that is symbolized on the map at the foot of the falls that come down the mountain, drawn as a wheeled wagon. Like a covered wheeled wagon.
So, like, can I do my cryptography to know what that's about?
Cryptography?
Well, I mean,
It's a map. It's pretty obvious what it means.
Oh, the camp. Okay, never mind. So there was like a legend.
So like the wheels mean that there's somebody sitting out there with a campfire.
Yeah,
and they're not being bothered by the wolves.
Well, there's a wagon.
But they're right next to
the man that we met on the way out of town. The way into town.
There was a man in a wagon on the town. Then there was a waterfall there, right?
Have we built a warmer campfire than like his demeanor?
It's like a waterfall there. Is there a waterfall there? Is that what you're saying? There's a waterfall?
There is a waterfall.
So it's maybe you go underneath the waterfall and there's a secret door into this here castle.
So, my lady, if I may ask, what does this Strahd want with you?
I do not know.
Oh, yes.
Father does not know. But he seems to take a particular interest in at least our home, if not me.
Are you safe here?
As safe as I could be anywhere else.
Then I agree with you. Why bring us here?
Can I use my proficiency in healing to see if I can, and ask her if I can...
Ah, indeed you can. Go ahead and make a healing roll.
And try to determine what is indeed wrong with her. So I got a 12. My healing is 14, so it's below that.
All right, yes. You have determined that there is not a lot you can do for her with conventional herbs and healing ministrations.
Dang.
She requires something a little bit more than that.
Maybe I can assist?
She has an illness that is something akin to a curse. A wasting illness.
And I'm guessing a powerful magical holy symbol may help greatly with removing that.
It might.
Why is this holy symbol of your family so important?
She says, it is the only thing that has kept the devil in the castle from coming for the entire village. Now that it is missing, she shrugs.
I say we get a good night's sleep and let the wolves do their ravaging, and then go up to the waterfalls and see if we can discover what the man in the wagon has to do with all of this.
I say do let's!
I already had my sandwich. I'm shining.
The rest of the evening passes eerily quietly. The wolves don't ever seem to come close to the mansion throughout this night.
In my head, they've all licked the ice wall and their tongues are stuck to it. They just can't get off.
That is lovely. I hope that is true. I need that to be true.
But that's just my wild night.
Do I get my spells back in the morning after we sleep?
Indeed you do.
Only if you sleep with the bard.
In fact,
It's impossible to sleep with
Well-
the bard. He never shuts up. You can't
true,
sleep
there is no
with the bard.
sleeping at that point.
Well, you know, it's one of the perks of the job. Oh, girl. All right.
That'd be the worst way to get your... Because I need to get my spells back, too.
Sorry.
So, let's
We
assume
need separate rooms.
Things just happened to me, madam.
that you guys take the time to rememorize your spells. You may change your spells at this time if you wish, if you are able.
It's a giant mess.
The bard actually has quite a narrow selection of most spells, but the two priest types can select from all sorts of spells.
I love that all these have reverse, like, angry things you can do to people.
Mm-hmm.
Can
But
I...
you don't want to know what happens if you do them that way here.
Muha.
If you take evil actions, things notice.
I'm pretty sure things are noticing anyway. May I attempt to do heal on her? Because it certainly can't hurt at this point.
You certainly may.
At 6th level.
You're throwing the top end heal
Right.
At
I mean,
Irina
if
Koyana.
I'm gonna get it when I sleep
Before
anyway.
you go to sleep.
before you
Yeah.
go to sleep. So
Why
it
is- wait,
does
injury?
appear that it perks her up a bit. It has not cured her condition, but it has probably bought her another couple of days.
Can I
Good.
cast remove curse on her?
Ooh.
Ooh, the two of you working together
Muha.
are able to arrest her condition a bit.
Ooh, a makeover.
Yes.
I can imagine, like, I just see her, like, getting rosy cheeks again and, you know, perking up. It's amazing.
The aura of evil is still about her. Whatever it is that has gotten its claws into her just refuses to release her.
We brought her some relief.
But you've gotten her some relief. Some of her strength has come back.
Hopefully she can sleep tonight.
All right, so I'm changing out Hold Monster for Leoman's Hidden Lodge.
Nice. All right. So the next morning dawns. Everyone's gotten a good night's sleep, studied your spells, prayed to your gods. What happens next?
I would say after
Breakfast?
a good amount of breakfast, I'm fasting
Of course you are.
until the battle is won. I would say let's go to the waterfalls and see if we can find the
Secret passage.
secret passage that apparently the barbarian has decided is there.
All right, you're going to head for the waterfall.
Because, of course, like, he would give us a map to give us a secret passage into his castle.
I have a
makes
suspicion
sense.
of what this is, but I won't guess
setup?
until we get there.
All right.
Who am I to
Feels
practice
like a
needless
setup.
insubordination?
Well, we can always skip it. We just go straight to the castle. I said that's okay.
No, it'll be fun to see what's there, and I actually hope that there is something hidden behind the waterfall that will be amazing.
Well, I don't know if there's anything hidden behind the waterfall.
But there might be.
Y'all have some kind of remote sensing kind of ability, like you can close your eyes?
Actually,
Like remote sense waterfall hidden passage?
no, well, with clairvoyance, do.
Yeah.
Indeed it will.
All right, I'm gonna break out a sort of a battered, cloudy-looking little disc of crystal and sort of what does my third eye say? Hold on a second.
To where do you direct your clairvoyance?
The spot behind the waterfall that they're all so excited about.
All right.
I want to see in it.
Behind the waterfall, you find only stone. Well, stone and a couple of small locked chests. But in front of the waterfall, encamped along the river, there is a band of Vistani.
Ooh!
Yay!
Traveling Romani-like tribe
My people.
of people.
Ooh! I've never been to Giorgio before. I do look forward to it.
Please do not insult them.
I would never. I am Darvon, the well-mannered.
I would never, but they're dead people.
Well,
But they do smell kind of off.
The shitty that lies there.
you tell us that, right?
Yes. Oh, well, yes. So I sent my magic eye to spy the land before us. So yes, there's a waterfall, and there's treasure. Well, probably treasure. There's some locked boxes inside, but camped outside are some wandering ne'er-do-well sorts. Probably shifty. Count your teeth.
I would.
I'm not going to say that to them, though. It seems rather impolitic.
I would say whoever.
Garbon the occasionally racist.
I would say whoever could stroll through the streets at night and slip this underneath the door must have something to do with all of this without being attacked by wolves. Maybe we should see what they want, or if they have anything to do with the situation. Or we can storm the castle.
Let's storm the castle.
I say we put it to a vote.
I'm for seeing. They've been here a while, no doubt, wandering about and such. Perhaps they know something.
I'm strangely with the
We got the
bard.
charm limit here.
I'm sorry.
Let's just head right for the castle. I think them there gypsies down there are just going to give us some kind of, I don't know, garlic or something, so we can shove it in the face of the vampire, and the vampire will run away or something like that.
Vampire now?
Are you?
Of course, he's a vampire.
Did you
Are
like?
you familiar with vampires?
Did you
Yeah, I'm
like?
familiar with vampires. I got 1,250,000 experience points. That's since I know about
You
vampires.
read the module, man.
Well, let's head to the castle
That
then.
means I gotta.
No, but I saw the movie.
I saw the movie.
Whoa. Yeah, this is the timeline
No, I
where they
heard-
had the movie.
I
They had
heard-
it all in the trailer, man.
I heard there was a bard. His name was Bejeebus, and he told a story about this Fang guy who was, sucking the life out of people in the village, and you had to bring a holy symbol, and then there was that cleric who was priest of Foltus or something like that, and he went up to him and he yelled at him, and the guy bit him on the neck, and then he turned into a vampire himself, and then there was lots of vampires, and they were having a big party down, and there's a lot of blood drinking, and I know a lot of wolf controlling, and they turn into wolves, and they turn into bats, and all kinds of weird stuff.
Sounds like my ex-boyfriend.
There's a vampire lives in a big castle on the hill. That's what vampires do.
Okay.
Am I right? I turn towards what's his name? He's a
Yes.
vampire, and he's the guy that killed you. He took your symbol of your family because he couldn't attack it, so he had some bat fly in and grab it with his claws and fly out the window or something like that.
He says, a vampire. That would explain a great many things.
That's unfortunate.
I don't think I've ever tried to kill a vampire before. Is it difficult?
No, it's easy. You just gotta, drag him out into the sunlight. That's all you gotta do.
Holy water and wolfsbane. Can we go shopping before we storm things?
What if it's a lich?
And our horses?
What if it's a lich that's got gems for teeth?
What's a lich?
Don't know. What's a vampire?
Well, a vampire. When they've been talking about vampires all over the place. I grew up hearing stories about vampires.
By chance being 13th level, would we also possibly have valuable gems, jewelry, or magical items?
I got a viable magic item.
I know, but you don't want to sacrifice it.
No.
So I'm kind of looking for valuable gems or jewelry.
Oh,
going to attempt
I got a
to
fish hook.
You
Divination.
got a fish here.
Yeah.
You know what?
Is it bejeweled?
Sure. It might be good for the story.
Warrior in a
So,
house full of rich
please.
things.
What are you trying to do with your divination spell?
It says I can garner a useful piece of advice concerning a specific goal, event, or activity that will occur within 1 week period, which I'm sure things will go down within the next week.
So you wish to cast the divination spell?
I wish to cast the divination spell. We will take any spare expensive gems or jewelry that have not yet been cashed in, because it says for important divination you want to have a bigger sacrifice. And my question is, what will be the undoing of Count Strahd?
All right. You cast the divination spell.
And there's a percentage.
Oh, no. This is good for the
Okay,
story.
good for the story. Yay!
Ooh.
You cast the divination spell, and all four of you feel momentarily as if you're being spun around at high speed. Everything is streaking past you, and you feel a little unsteady on your feet.
Vertigo.
And when your surroundings stop, you're in almost a dream state. Everything looks fuzzy and misty.
Hey, everything looks kind of fuzzy and misty.
And you're standing,
Heavens.
This has never happened before.
you are standing
So what happens when
around a table, seated on a high bench, so that this woman who probably doesn't quite stand 5 feet tall can look into each of your eyes, is an elderly woman who is holding in her hand a deck of cards. She says, "Since I could not get to you any other way, I choose this way in which to reveal to you that which you need to know. You are the warrior. Your axe strikes true. You are Bo,
How'd you know my name?
barbarian from the north. To you I impart this wisdom. This card." She waves her hand over the deck, and a card like floats right up. She says, "This card, it is good for you. It is the card of power and strength, the victor's card. It tells of a weapon of light. A weapon with vengeance."
The beast. Oh!
Which you've been surrounded by, and you've destroyed.
She
quite a
says
few.
the card reveals a bad sign. The weapon of vengeance lies in the very heart of darkness. His home. His source. It is his center in his life. The one place to which he must return is where you will find this weapon.
I say, oh boy.
All right. She says, "You, Cade," says, "this card tells history, knowledge of the ancient. It may help you understand a foe." "I see a place of tranquility, a harbor for the mighty and powerful. It is a place of wisdom, warmth, and despair. Great secrets are there." She says, "You,
Me!
Ismark, the often amusing."
Oh, yeah.
Not Ismark, I'm sorry.
Darvon.
Darvon, the often amusing.
I am!
To
Be
you,
often mistaken.
you take this card.
Often misunderstood.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Ooh.
It's
She
the
says,
artifact.
"This is the object of your search. I see darkness and evil behind this card. It is a powerful man whose enemy is light and whose powers are beyond mortality. Seek carefully a hidden place of great worldly wealth. I see a blazing fire protecting this place."
But he's talking about gold. I bet she's talking. Are you talking about gold?
Perhaps the treasure room?
She says, "Great treasure."
Excited. Thank you!
And you, Kirsta, who even now feels the tenuous touch of your gods in this place. This card is a symbol of great power, something that is lost. It tells of a powerful force for good and protection against the forces of darkness.
The innocent. That is a lovely lady.
Search amid the ruins in a place of supplication, where the pure at heart commune.
A temple. Neat.
And she says, and finally, she waves her hand and a card flutters up in front of all of you. She says, the card of your foe, the root card. Out of darkness and chaos, this card finds the reason and foundation for the darkness and the chaos. This card shows the purpose of all things and is the key to life and death and else beyond. Here is the card you see.
Wow, wow, wow.
What is it labeled?
Page of Cups, Temperance, the Fool.
Yes.
This card tells of a tool of evil. Darkness surrounds and protects this tool, giving comfort to black hearts and protection from good.
It should be destroyed.
These are your fortunes and your path toward victory or destruction.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you luck in your journey.
Thank you for your assistance. We are most grateful.
She says, you may not thank me before it is all over. And then with another sickening feeling of vertigo, you're all back standing in the burgomaster's home.
Ow.
Goodness.
That was exciting.
By the way, that
Did
spell has
everyone-
never worked that way before.
Okay.
I go,
I'm excited.
did everyone else go to the same place with the woman in the cards as I did?
Yeah, man, I was sitting right across the
I got a card.
I got a card.
Has something to do with great
Do we
wealth.
actually have physical cards?
You come back from the divination spell
Nice.
holding the Taroka cards.
This is how I know it wasn't fake. Look, I've got a card. It's very fancy.
Mine's lovely.
I like it. It doesn't.
I guess all that's left is to go to the castle, I suppose.
Well, let's go
I
storm the castle.
I show the cards to the people at the residence and see if it strikes any chords with them.
I wouldn't mind seeing about those boxes and the waterfall. What is those gold inside?
We have a greater problem. The boxes will always be there.
Is there
I suppose.
any
Can't you
chance?
conjure up some kind of animal and run down there and fish it out of them?
Is there any
Let
chance
me
of
look.
being able to purchase things like wolfsbane or holy water inside the town?
Irina
Invisible
Kolyana
stuff.
says, there is only one place that
Not
would
yet.
have such things, the old temple. There is a priest who still bravely lives there.
I think he would be worth visiting before we go.
Let's be about it then.
If we're
You know what-
fighting evil, any good protection we can get, the better.
I like resting in temples. They're very serene. Usually.
Darvon the Serene.
Darvon the Pious. Look at me, I'm pious.
Darvon the Pious.
Or just pie.
So, in broad daylight,
Us.
it doesn't take long to make it to the old temple.
What temple
Retrieve
is
our
it?
horses on the way.
Well, we don't have horses to ride around town.
Do you think they got ate by the
Wait.
wolves?
I mean, I don't know
Way on the
how
other
big
side
the
of
town
this
is.
wall.
Maybe we do.
The top of a slight rise against the very roots of the castle's pillar stone stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This temple has weathered assaults of evil for centuries and is worn and weary. The bell tower leans to one side, its sweet tone long silenced. Flickering light shines through holes in the roof.
Looks like someone's home.
I make my way kind of like to the opening of the front door and make my way in.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Which temple is this?
This looks like it is a temple of the Morning Lord, a good deity that you are familiar with.
I push the door open and see if anybody's inside.
Hello!
You see a man stand up slowly from kneeling at the altar at the far end of the tiny chapel. He turns around. He's got a staff with a sunburst symbol of the Morning Lord on the top of it. He looks like he's in late middle age. And when he starts to move, you realize that he's probably wearing armor under the robe.
Wow.
He steps forward and says, "Who goes there?"
I say, friends, peace, friend.
He says, "Welcome. Welcome to the house of the Morning Lord."
Thank you.
Well, appreciate it. I'm Darvon the Grateful. It's nice to meet you.
I ain't going in. That place looks weird.
He He says, I am Donovan. I maintain this place. How may I help you?
Well, the long and short of it is I believe we've been brought here by maybe other forces than what we can see to deal with what evil lies in the castle. We were wondering if you could help us.
He says, you've come for Strahd.
I nod.
Oh, is that his name? Oh, yes, it is.
Indeed.
He nods.
I'm trying to say his name. Ooh, do you have any superstitious warding bits and bobs? Like, cilantro and that sounded... Rabbit's feet, rabbit's foot?
He says nothing superstitious, only things that work.
Garlic.
Holy water, wolf's bane.
What she said.
He says, I've been waiting some time for someone who would stand up to the devil in the castle. He walks over, opens up a chest, and rummages, coming out with 6 crystalline vials. He says, these were blessed by my predecessor. He was a much more adept priest than I.
Are these vials of blessed water?
How exactly would they help us in our efforts?
He says, holy water, my friend. Were you to come upon something imbued with the power of darkness, this would at the very least make it think twice about attacking you.
Simply holding onto our person, or should we wave it about menacingly? Hey you, darkness, get back!
He says, I would pour, sprinkle, or throw.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have any?
Wraith form.
Do you have any suggestions that we could prepare for before we make our way there?
He says, only one. Search for the book. You see, the devil in the castle, he wants people to know his story. And so it is said, he has written the entire tale in a book that he keeps close at hand. Within that book is the secret to his making and his unmaking.
That could be useful.
That's very exciting sounding. I'm very excited.
I give him a slight bow and I say, well, priest, wish us luck, and if all else fails, you can maybe come up and finish him off with that armor.
He says, it is mine to protect what people still show their faith to the Morning Lord, and sometimes those that do not.
I have the cloudburst itself on my collection of holy items. You never know when having a collection will serve you well.
Or get you out of trouble.
As he said,
If you tie them all together and throw them, are they the holy Ancrony?
I suppose, but I left it at home. Bollocks.
So how close? This was connected to the castle, right?
Well, it's at the bottom of the mountain the castle's on.
Okay.
It's only about 2.5 miles up the switchback road to the castle, but there's a lot of altitude involved.
Ooh.
It is not an easy trek, but there is a road that will get you there.
So are we skipping the Vistani entirely? Is
Yep.
Straight to the castle, as it were.
May I ask the priest one more thing before we leave?
Sure.
I received
42.
some guidance this morning from Beyond-ish that I was to search in a temple, church, establishment, chapel for an object of light and good and protection that might assist us in this particular battle. Would such a thing be here, or is there another place that you would know where I might look for such an item?
He says, how did you come across this advice?
I performed divination this morning, seeking advice from the gods.
And an old woman came.
I did not mention that part, just in case he's not on good terms with the
He
facade.
stops, thinks for a moment, and says, I know of nothing here, and there are no other temples worth mentioning save one.
There would be one attached to the
Takes his
castle.
eyes upward.
Correct?
He says, if history is to be believed, that fortress existed long before the devil Strahd and his armies arrived.
Whoa, who said armies?
Right?
Armies of wolves.
No.
He says, you see, centuries ago,
Serious.
the original Strahd, the progenitor of he who dwells in the castle, arrived here with an army and permission from his lord to plant a flag and call all of this his own. The fortress above us was abandoned, and so before the family of von Zarevic staked their claim, someone else lived there, and they had a temple to their ancient gods.
We'll have to look for it. How many generations of von Zareviches are there?
He shrugs. We know that the founder was known as Strahd. We know that the current occupant is known as Strahd. And we know that many of the sons in between have carried that cursed family name. But how many generations? None can say.
Perhaps they can't say because the current running theory among us is vampire.
He says, that would be one theory.
I bet it's a demi-lich. It's just a floating skull by now. It's bound to be. It's like gems for teeth. I feel it.
Thank you for your time and your assistance.
You are quite welcome. And good luck to you on your quest.
Thank you.
And you entertain me.
Oh, well, thanks. I strive to be. That's me, Darvan the Entertaining.
You could have him.
I'll even perform for free, plainly.
At the end of the quest, he's all yours.
Just approve of me, I beg you.
Just give me love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does he smell like your father?
It smells like me.
Well, I'd say let's head up to the castle.
So, the trek up
Horses.
the switchbacking mountain. Yeah, the horses make it easier.
Horses.
Horses.
But the horses do not like you very much.
Probably not. If only they were beasts of burden.
It's all the altitude that seems to be annoying the horses. The constant climb upward, ever upward, leaving the village of Barovia far below as you switch back up the mountain.
I wish I'd brought some carrots.
There is an ancient, creaking wooden bridge that makes you all a bit nervous as the horses cross it, but it holds. And then continuing up into the Balanok Mountains until you find a pass that leads you past the two highest peaks and downward towards the castle itself.
2 questions. What time of day is it, and is there an unusual mist surrounding this place, like what we keep encountering?
The mists seem to be far below you in the valley.
Perfect.
The castle is quite clearly seen,
Understood.
and it is starting to get later.
How long are the days here? Or how
That's
short
really
are
the odd
days
part.
here? I don't feel like
Doing-
I've been awake that long.
After the priest told you how far the trip to the castle was, you figured your horses would make it easily by midday. But here it is, as you approach, and the sun is already threatening to go behind the mountains.
Oh,
Does
good.
not bode well.
Friends, it's plain what's happening here. This realm operates on the law of narrative causality.
What the hell does that mean?
Don't confuse him.
It's a very difficult concept
He's a
to
barbarian. Don't
understand
use
if
big
you
words.
haven't been to a philosopher's college, such as I.
What the hell's a philosopher?
I pull out a gold piece from my pouch. I go, Bard, look, and I throw it.
Oh,
Made him stop.
that's not a long way down, isn't it?
It's a very, long way down.
It's
So-
off the edge.
That was worth it, by the way.
Hashtag worth it.
I say, so, are we doing the barbarians approach of just knocking on the door and asking who's home?
I'd say.
No, what I plan to do is once we get up there, I'm going to climb over the wall, and I'm going to give you a rope, and then we're going to climb over the wall.
Oh.
I thought we might just walk up and knock.
No, we're not going to be knocking on the door.
Or perhaps we should try and find another entrance.
Well, we could walk around outside of
For
it
the
for a while.
wolves.
So,
We don't want to walk around too long
I
though,
don't want
because
to be
once
at-
it gets dark, the wolves will come back out.
after passing through the craggy peaks of the Balanogs, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you.
Dun dun dun.
Twin guardhouses of turreted stone, broken from years of use and exposure, stand before you. Beyond these, a 50-foot wide precipice gapes between the Balanok cliffs and the walls of Castle Ravenloft, a chasm of
Okay.
dizzying depth that disappears into the fog-shrouded distance far below. The lowered drawbridge of old, shorn-up wooden beams hangs precariously between you and the arched entrance to the courtyard. Chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rusty irons straining with the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles seem to stare at you from their hollow sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs in the entry tunnel. Beyond this, the main doors of Castle Ravenloft stand open. A rich, warm light spills from them into the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open door.
So we can cross the bridge. Yes.
You can certainly
it's down.
try.
It's down.
The drawbridge is down. The
Okay.
portcullis is up.
I mean, we
The
got
castle seems to
invited.
be inviting you in.
I'm
Got
gonna give it a
invited by the
go.
count.
It seems awfully nice of them. Let's do
Well,
that.
I'll go on a suggestion. Why don't we just kind of go in one at a time,
And get eaten?
not all at once?
Oh,
What if I get it?
and then who would go first?
I'll go
Or
first.
find a separate
Oh,
entrance.
all right.
Well, unless somebody who's got some kind of like magic spell or something like that. Who
That's
can
me.
Fly. Anybody here
Well,
fly?
I can't fly, but I'm awfully friendly. All right, so I'll go first.
Oh,
No!
He's already walked.
You will totally die.
I take my first tentative steps upon the
Hold
bridge.
the thought.
I thought, okay,
Oh look!
I am only the humble game master, and so I implore you to tell me which character is actually going first. All right then. Roll percentage dice.
Hold my beer. Watch this.
That's my favorite part. Oh, you. Let's roll this twice.
I got it. I
Alright.
got it. Here.
All right, I've rolled a 43.
In a row.
Excellent. The bridge creaks. The wood moans in protest, and you hear a sharp crack, and then nothing more.
Well, here, let me throw you a little rope.
Did I fall?
No, but you did feel the board you're standing on give a bit.
I'm gonna step forward and to the right and left onto the next board. A more sound one, perhaps.
How about a little rope?
A
Anybody
little
got
rope.
some rope on them?
Tell
I haven't got any
me
rope on me.
that you are just yelling this as you go.
I am.
Wonderful.
All right.
A
A few more steps, shifting to the left, shifting to the
I
right,
have no
finding
rope.
new boards to step on, and you're across.
Ah, good. I'm quite dexterous. That's me, Dom. I'm the dexterous.
Do you have any rope in your pack, Darvon?
I do. Wait, hold on. Perhaps.
I don't.
Darvon the dumbass.
I don't know. The last time I was in a game where we all tied ourselves
rude.
together, it ended poorly.
Ready is items worn full hide.
Nope.
Items carried.
I have torches.
You know
Gun
what?
steel. I could set it on
It doesn't
fire.
Yes.
say. It doesn't
There is
say.
2 50-foot coils of rope among you because no self-respecting
adventurers
would be without them.
Leaves
Marvelous.
without rope.
Oh, what if?
Well, I would say we would give the rope to the stronger one to hold on to if one of us falls.
Right,
Make sense?
right.
I tie that rope around my waist.
All right, you're next.
Percentage dice, my monkish friend.
So are we tying the horses off here?
Yep.
Okay. I hope
Yeah, you
these-
can tie the horses up to like one of the guard towers so they don't wander onto
Doesn't-
the.
They're gonna get eaten by wolves, so it doesn't really matter.
They can run away.
56.
All right. More creaking, more snapping, but you make it across without further incident.
I untie the rope and toss it back. And I also go,
Now,
good luck.
And then we'll send the cleric across now.
Percentage dice, please. I know how much you hate those.
We'll send cursed
Never ends
across.
well.
I believe in you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Quite welcome.
66.
Excellent.
Thanks.
All right.
Well,
More ominous moans from the bridge. The chains seem to creak a little more urgently, and then you're across.
Everything in like a 10-mile radius is gonna know we're here.
and then I guess I'm the last one.
Toss me a rope and tie it.
I say, you guys are okay with this. I'm going to take off. I'm getting a little scared here, so I think I'm just going to take the horses back.
Are you meaning to tell me the big scary barbarian is scared of heights?
All right, I'll go across.
All right, percentage dice, please.
Toss me the idol, I'll toss you the rope.
Exactly.
66.
All right.
Obviously, I make it.
You likewise make it across.
Sir.
Wow.
All right.
Well, where's the
amazing.
place where you draw the bridge up? Let's go find that little room.
This should-
Ah, excellent.
So we're trapped
Because
inside.
we're hoping we don't need to make an expedient retreat.
You are looking for
The drawbridge.
the gatehouse.
Gatehouse, yes.
Excellent.
Now's not a time for music. Music quietly.
Don't let her dampen your spirits.
All right.
I'm pretty sure after the drawbridge, everyone knows we're here.
I'm pretty sure they never come.
Thick, cold fog swirls in this darkened courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the angry clouds overhead. Thunder pounds the courtyard. A light drizzle begins to fall. Ahead, torch flames flutter in the wind on each side of the keep's main open doors. Warm light spills from the doors into the courtyard. The doors on the gate towers on each side of the tunnel entrance are shut against the rain. Howling wind rushes through the courtyard. The dark towers of the keep loom above in the mists. Flickering light shine from the short round tower in the southeast side of the keep. So you wish to
Try to open the door to the guard to the
gatehouse? What is your open doors? It's going to be in the data next to your strength.
I know where this is. 12.
Okay, cool.
So I got to roll 12 or under on a d20.
Yes.
Okay. 16.
All right. You heave on it. It seems like it's stuck, even with your massive strength.
Hold on a second. Let me see if this works. I pull out the tiny brass key and I say, and turn the tiny key in midair. There's magical energy. Jimmy's the lock. And cast knock.
You cast knock. All right.
Wow.
Energy flows from that little brass key to the door, and the door goes.
Right, well, I'll peek in.
Open says me.
I'll put my axe in there and then I'll open the door a little bit more.
What you see ahead of you, there is a set of spiral stairs to your right leading upward into the guard tower, but directly ahead is a large wheel mounted into the wall that's attached to a spindle with the ancient chains going up to some pulleys and out to the drawbridge.
Okay. Now we're going to wreck it. We're gonna wreck the mechanism so they can't draw the bridge up.
It's a giant chain.
Ah.
Well, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but maybe if we just remove the wheel.
Is there such a thing as rend in this version?
I think maybe we could just take the wheel off. It's made out of
Good.
wood. It's made out of
It's
wood.
made out of wood.
All right, we'll just take the wood off.
Ooh, let's take the wheel off and dump it in the gully outside.
No.
Well, we could hide it. And now there's stairways going up,
There is stairways going up into the guard tower.
but there was no lights coming from the guard tower.
Got the guard tower.
Oh, so,
The light was coming
Southeast.
from
All
the
right.
southeast tower.
so I'm gonna head up the stairs, all careful like, and up to and go and disappear, get away from them for a little bit, and just be up the stairs. What's in the top of this guard tower?
All right. The next floor up is an abandoned guard barracks.
Okay.
You see a hearth where they would have cooked their food.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And just a bunch of old rags, and somebody took a dump in the corner. There's like a bunch of pieces of paper flying around. There's
some
like
rusty weapons.
Rusty dagger sitting on the floor. Maybe there's somebody left there, I don't know,
and
dirty laundry, and then there's a rat running around.
The staircase does continue to go upward.
Well, I'll continue. I come back down and say, I'm going to go up to the 3rd level, and I'll go back up.
Fortune to you.
What is the weather like in this area?
It's kind of misty and chilly.
Chilly? Moist?
Yes.
Okay.
Moist.
Are there any windows?
No, not in this part of the guard tower.
Okay.
Not like arrows.
So I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up to the 3rd floor. I'm going to be trailing the rope behind me.
Okay. You get up, and there is a trap door above you that leads to the roof of the wall. You find yourself standing on the parapets of the main wall around the castle.
All right.
It's got the crenellations for you to take cover behind. You can see down to the drawbridge.
Yeah.
From here, you notice something a little bit alarming. Along the top ledge of the gate itself is a quivering pool of bright yellow slime.
All right, well, I'll leave immediately. I carefully walk away, back down, close the trap door, then go back down, and let's say if this wheel's made out of wood, maybe if we can just break it. If we can just try really hard and just like snap it off.
All right, no need to roll the dice. Given enough time, you
pull it off.
You know, have the strength.
Okay. Right. Now we can't be trapped in here. All right. So let's head on into. We can go into the other guardhouse. Well, that one's locked too. But there's some kind of weird, creepy mold up on the top roof, so we don't want to try to get out onto the parapet. Is there like a tower, and then there's like a wall? Mm-hmm. If you go up to the 2nd floor, you can go out on the wall, because that's where the guards live. You go out on the wall and just walk along the wall like that?
Yes, you can do that.
Let's do that.
Can you do that from the 2nd level, or do you have to be on the 3rd?
You have to be up to the 3rd, but the slime is down the front of the wall from where he saw it. So you guys could get away from it around the wall if you wish.
Let's do that.
Okay.
All right. So the wind picks up a bit, and you guys are having to kind of steady yourselves to keep your feet as you walk around the heavy curtain wall. Mm-hmm. It's thick, a good 30 feet thick. The wall surrounds the castle and only contacts it in 3 places. There are catwalks that lead to the inner keep on the south, north, and east walls.
We should probably just use whatever one's closest to us.
Make our way to
And for reference, the west wall is the front of the castle that doesn't actually touch where the heavy wall doesn't touch the keep.
Yeah. I would just say we take the first catwalk across the castle, make our way in there, and try to at least find the book.
5 quid says that we're all messily murdered for being trespassers.
Well, yeah. Messily.
Messily murder no matter what.
Well, that's fair.
I'll make sure y'all have a chance to get away.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate your sacrifice in advance.
Take that advantage. Like, thank you, bye.
Oh, yes. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Thank you, come again.
All right.
I'm a gossip and a gadfly.
This is a wide walkway surrounding most of the keep. The pouring rain continues amid flashes of lightning and the sharp cracks of thunder. Far below these parapets are the shining wet cobblestones of the courtyard.
Yeah, we don't want to walk around the courtyard.
No. Mm-mm. We'll just make our way across the nearest catwalk.
So from where you're standing, when the catwalk brings you over to this outer walk around the keep, there is a doorway that no longer has a door in it.
That leads to the keep.
Yes, it leads inside the keep. It leads to the large round tower that juts up from the keep itself.
Cool.
How dark is it in there?
I was gonna say, should we have some light?
Then we need some kind of like holy protection. Anybody got like some kind of apostrophe?
I have.
What?
I have
Apostastage free.
Bless
Apostasy
or
free.
sanctuary. I'm not quite sure what sanctuary is. Sanctuary.
Now bless might be good right now.
Sanctuary.
Why don't you bless us all right now?
Yeah,
Let me
before
little-
you start fighting.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
All right. So before we step in the doorway out of the wind,
Well, I'll stand out there and get wet while I cast
she's gonna
bless.
bless.
But I'm looking at sanctuary to see if that would be any more useful.
Does bless give us a bonus against being possessed by
The duration is only 2 rounds. Oh,
some
plus
kind of
1
weird
round per
creature this
level.
thing might be summoning?
And you are a 13th level cleric.
Yeah.
Hey, so like on my character sheet it says rally friends. By spending 3 rounds, the bard may grant their comrades a +1 bonus on attack rolls, a +1 bonus to saving, and it cuts off there. Wait, hold on.
Saving throws.
Saving throws or a +2 bonus to morale rolls.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man.
Last 1 round per level. That's like 13 rounds, man.
Yes, it is, and so is her bless.
All right, so how about I
No,
start like
sanctuary would
like
be.
2
Oh,
rounds,
sanctuary.
2 rounds early, and then like in the 3rd round when she pops off her bless, that's when my stuff takes effect. And then we like storm the beach.
You guys have worked together long enough to have worked out tactics like this, so I'm perfectly cool with that.
Okay, so we get a bless and a.
I would like
Is
to-
it a sanctuary
I want to
or a
provide
bless?
you options. Bless would give you
+1 against fear.
+1 against effects of fear, and it raises your attack dice rolls by +1. Or sanctuary.
Sanctuary only affects you, and if something's going to attack you, they have to make a saving throw.
Creature touched. But casting time is casting time is 4 rounds. You said each round is 10 minutes.
Just go with
A
bless.
round is
10 seconds.
1 minute. A turn
Okay.
is 10 minutes.
So that's 4 minutes. I could theoretically cast on everybody.
Well, we can't attack with it when we
No?
have sanctuary.
Sanctuary? Okay.
Yeah, we can't attack.
Yeah, you can attack with a bless or an aid, but you can't attack with sanctuary or it invalitdates the spell.
Right. Do you have an aid?
Got
Do you
it.
have aid?
She does have aid.
I do.
Ooh, we'll
I
cast
don't know
that
what
one
that
too.
does either.
We're already like some real badasses, right? We probably, I mean, yeah, I guess we could all use a +1 to attack, but you
Get
know,
an
we don't
additional-
know.
Oh yeah,
hit
no,
points.
eight's even better.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're facing, so I'm gonna give us all
That casting
+1
time is 5
saving
rounds.
throws.
Okay,
13 rounds, man.
excellent.
Alright, so we will do 8. It is casting time 5 rounds. Duration is 1 round plus 1 round per level, so 14.
Well, aid is only one person at a time. I think bless is
Creature
actually.
touched. Yeah, bless is everybody in a 50-foot radius.
Yeah, so just do bless.
But 8 gives more. Okay.
Right, so then you do it. You give us a +1 to
Plus.
attack too with.
No,
plus
no.
one.
+1 to saving throws is what Jim gave everyone.
All right, saving throw. Okay.
And ours are +1 against fear
Fear.
effects and +1
To attack.
to attack.
So if we had to make a saving throw against fear, we'd have a +2.
Yeah, your attack dice roll by +1.
Okay,
Sorry, getting used to magic.
a little edge is nice. All right, now we'll
Alright.
head through that doorway
You head through the doorway.
into the creepy darkness.
A mosaic floor stretches across the round room. A vast empty tower rises above you. You cannot see more than a few yards up, yet you feel the tower's cold expanse pressing down on you. A spiral staircase rises slowly into the darkness, circling the open shaft. In the center of the room, another set of stairs leads downward.
Well, I'm thinking we're supposed to go downward down into the basement.
Seems logical.
All right.
Basement?
I'll go first.
All right.
Here's the +1 against save.
Real quiet like. We could send the monk ahead first.
Start moving downward.
Anybody got a little silence on them?
I'll go.
Negative.
No, it's all right. I'll go first.
All right.
I got all the hit points.
I'll take up the tail end and make sure it sneaks up on us.
Strangely, for a 13th level barbarian, I don't have that many
Did
hit points.
Darvon heal
course,
any
yeah.
more hit points
15.
overnight? 'Cause it
Yeah,
only-
give yourself 2 HP back.
All right.
Yay.
All right. As you guys start down the spiral
It's
stairs,
single file, isn't it?
To hide our numbers.
the entire tower starts to rumble.
I think it knows we're here.
Perhaps we knocked first.
All right. Well, we'll stop. Everybody stop. Sorry. We'll be really quiet.
Stop, look, and listen.
Is it still rumbling?
Have we created light yet?
All right, you stop moving.
Yeah.
The tower stops rumbling.
So we've only gone down one floor. Can we get off this spiral staircase
Ah.
onto the next floor? Have we gone down?
Indeed, you can.
Or let's get off. It sounds like it's unstable.
All right.
Or unhappy.
Right.
All right. Coming off the stairs. What is the marching order right now as you're walking off the staircase? You were on point.
So I'd be
Who's
first.
next?
Or probably next.
I was the last.
You're the last.
You're squishy. Please don't be last.
No, but I'm cautious.
But you're squishy.
As you're coming out the door, a halberd comes out of the wall and slams down into the stone right in front of you.
Marvelous.
I spin around and go,
I step right over it.
Completely unfazed.
he did say marvelous.
That's
I
love.
did.
Wow.
I must get one of those.
Oh, yes, indeed.
All right. Let's send the monk down the stairs.
Down the stairs?
Yeah, the spiral staircase that was all rumbling and shaky.
You want to go back down the stairs?
Well, I just want to
Okay.
send the monk down the stairs because he's all quiet like.
But
Okay, so you're going down by yourself?
Very, very, very slowly.
I
I go.
will go behind him because kind of squishy.
No, the idea is that he's only one person. As you get three of us.
The party is terrifying. Okay.
Yeah, well,
I'm in. No.
I'll
you're
take it.
standing around with us. You're hanging out with
I'll take a few
The-
steps down
Yo,
the
I'm
stairs.
down.
Osric the Brave,
Let's do it.
and you got me,
That's
who's
optimistic.
Darvon.
Davron the fearless.
you got me, the Wolf Slayer.
It's fearless.
Right? That's a great title.
All right, as you're walking, another halberd comes out of the wall, swings straight for you, and you just leap right over it because you're a monk guy.
Maybe down is a bad idea.
Well, I'm saying,
I say there's
as
no
he's
domestic
moving
Dutch
down the
alcohol.
stairs,
Is
is
it
the
still
castle
rumbling?
still shaking?
It's not shaking at the moment.
Okay. All right, then let's somebody else go next.
Hold on, wait.
I shall go.
How far down is he? Do we have torches?
I do.
Yes.
I
Yes.
will cast
Dexterous.
Find Trap.
Ooh.
I will cast Find Trap.
Okay.
Tired of this.
All right. You are aware that there are more halberds.
Just all the way down.
Oh, and up.
Are there,
Maybe this is.
what is, can I tell what's triggering it? Like,
That's the strange part. You can't tell what's triggering it.
does the spell usually allow me to tell what's triggering it?
Yeah, I mean, you'll usually kind of see in your head a tripwire or a pressure plate or something like that. In this case, it's almost as if someone is lying in wait.
Like in the walls and like pushing them out. I try to look
Damn it, Igor.
through the gap where one of them came through, like, because they'd come out of the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, light a torch, peer in. Please
The
let me-
halberd swings outward, nearly missing you as you jump out of the way, and it slams into the stonework and then immediately retracts back into the wall. In the split second in which it attacked you and then pulled back,
Mhm.
there was no obvious mechanisms at all.
Maybe whatever it is invisible. That's encouraging.
On an entirely
We're
unrelated.
not there. We're not there, actually. We might hear that noise.
Yeah, you guys heard the clang!
Yeah.
On an entirely unrelated note, it seems awfully dangerous to move up and down. I fish around in my pocket, one of my pockets, for a small handful of garnet sand. See if I can make this work again. I pour the sand out upon the cobblestone, the flagstones of the hall. I'm going to see if the sand sort of rolls its way towards any secrets, cracks, or crevices, hidden doors or portals.
Did you just cast Find Hidden Doors?
Yes.
You son of a- Alright! So,
Are you dead yet?
there is
We'll miss you.
in fact,
Don't die.
a secret door.
I go
And
ahead and make my way back.
you make your way back up?
Yeah.
Hey, we got a secret door down there.
You have found a secret door
Hey, we've got like 12
that
more
is
halberds down here.
located on the landing before you head downward on these stairs. Upon getting it open, there's a ladder heading down into a dark stone chamber.
I'll go down the ladder.
Good job.
Thanks.
By the way, I'm fairly certain whoever's been up and down this tunnel is the one dropping halberds at us.
All right.
That's encouraging. May I ask a question? When the priest told us about the book that would be like his undoing,
His autobiography is really what it is.
by any chance,
That would be mine.
did he have some idea of what it looked like, or maybe a picture or drawing of said book?
Indeed,
since
he
it's
did
been
not.
around forever?
He simply knows that the book exists.
Okay, locate object. So. Tear the shot.
All right. So, the
Ow.
floor sags in the middle of this room.
Because we get all the way down.
Dirt-caked windows allow little light through from the outside. Broken bed frames litter the floor. And there is a set of stairs heading downward.
Do we see? Would we be passing through the spiral staircase that was dropped where I was going down earlier? Does it seem like it coincides with that?
Yes, you're next to those spiral staircases now.
Is there any mechanisms to drop those on us?
None.
None. Okay.
I feel, my friends, that this is the genuine staircase. The other one's for suckers.
Well, let's go to that staircase and I'll start carefully walking down the stairs.
Okay.
It would be useful if you wanted to be a little thin, or take a little off the top.
I suppose you're right.
I'm 5'6". That's
Flashes of lightning
much.
blaze
Yeah,
through
it's not
dust-caked windows in the east wall. The rhythmic drumming of raindrops beats against the glass. A large, heavy table sits in the center of the room, coated with dust. A thick book lies open on the desktop with an inkwell and quill next to it. A broken door is near the corner, and an unbroken one faces it from the other wall of the corner next to the windows. A staircase drops into total darkness on the south wall, and on each side of the staircase a skeleton in bright armor stands at sagging attention, holding a rusty halberd.
Okay, well, I'll walk right over to the stairway that goes down and place myself on guard there. I'm going to keep my eyes looking down the stairway just in case
I
someone's
keep
coming
my
up the
eyes on
stairway.
those.
And I say, hey, what is this? One of you like literary types go check out that book on the table.
I don't mind if I do.
And then there's that broken door. Why don't you go, keep an eye on that broken door and make sure nothing comes through it.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
There's only one more thing. There's a door there that might open.
As you say.
But somebody needs to check out that book.
All right, I'll go and look at it. I'm quite literate. I am, in fact, Darvon illiterate.
And if you need help, I know a few ancient languages.
Marvelous. Let's see if it's written in code.
Oddly enough, the words at the top of the page are easily legible to the both of you.
Oh.
They seem to have been written in the common tongue. They read the same at the top of each page of the book.
Ooh, look, it's the copybook headings.
Please register for your own convenience and that of your next of kin. More than half of the book is filled with names that have faded to the point of being illegible.
That's some rather cheap ink they got there. That ink don't last very long.
Maybe it's disappearing.
Who's gonna put their name in it?
I'm going to write down John Smithy. Sorry, Alan Smithy.
All right.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You write your name in the book. The ink in the inkwell is fresh. Almost as if it was placed there today.
I wouldn't have done that if I were me.
What? Why?
It's possible you just signed the devil's book. Congratulations.
It's not as if I signed it with my bloody name now, is it?
Put your hand right.
Well,
I'm Darvon the Duplicitous.
I don't see anything coming up the stairs here. Them skeletons don't seem to be getting all agitated either.
Nope, not the skeletons.
They're staying absolutely still.
Perfect. May
Well,
they
I'll
continue to stay
move
that way.
away from my vigilance on the stairway and go over to one of the skeletons and poke it.
Ting, ting, ting.
With the axe.
With a loud clatter, the skeleton comes off the rack, that the bracket that's holding it, and bones and armor clatter across the floor. The skull rolls until it stops against a wall, grinning up at you.
Oh, the noise.
You're a simply dreadful guest.
How wooed.
Fool of a took.
I suppose we go down the dreadfully dark stairs.
I say we go through the doorway.
We have torches.
I mean, I have a torch out.
I say we go through the doorway that's closed. Can we open that doorway that's closed?
Indeed, you can. It
Well,
is
I'll go
not
ahead.
locked.
I will go ahead and open it and look inside. What's in there?
All right. What you see is the servants' quarters.
Close the door.
Close the door?
Yeah.
There's another door leading out from there, by the way.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll go down the stairs. What's behind that broken door then? We'll just
Behind the broken door
Yeah.
takes you out into part of the upper works of the castle.
All right. We don't want to go there. So we just go down the stairs like you thought.
Oh, down the stairs.
Down the stairs. Yeah.
If I was a scary vampire, I think I'd want to hide deep underground.
But if it's after dark, would I continue hiding deep underground because I'm a scary vampire?
Well, if anything, maybe we'll catch him on his way up.
I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yes.
so now that we've more or less sussed out how this, you mean it's a step down or a step up when we get a helmet in the face, but we know how to time it now, we know what to look for. Is there any way that we can, with this knowledge, just sort of step past the little swinging helmets now?
I couldn't find any mechanisms that allowed them to fall.
Well, now that we know what to look for, we can just sort of, chink, shink, chink, shink.
Give it a go.
You can certainly try.
Give it a go.
It's shaking.
I don't think so. I'm sorry, I'm a dreadful physical coward, I'm sorry.
I thought you were Darvon dexterous.
No, I'm Darvon the reasonably competent.
At the bottom of the stairs, you find yourself faced with a hallway to your right and an iron gate to your left. This hallway stands in deadly silence. The low ceiling sags from heavy beams. A fog clings to the floor in thick patches, obscuring everything below hip level.
Ah.
A giant shadow is cast across the ceiling as a dark figure shuffles purposefully down the corridor toward you.
Perhaps we should go the other direction.
No, there's no other way to go. There's a bard. Well, try to get this door open while I take on
With
this
your
big old shambling
magic
thing.
So about that. Guess I'm gonna actually have to get a bit of shut-eye before I can make it go again. I'm not a wizard, you see. I just sort of fake
Roll
it really
initiative?
well.
Roll initiative.
I don't know. Are you attacking?
I'm just standing there waiting for it to attack me.
I'm waiting to see what happens.
All right. The figure steps forward.
It's going to invite us to his guest.
He's wearing tattered but fairly expensive servant's clothing. Almost as if he's the butler or major domo or something to that effect. He says, "Guests, you are the guests.
That's right.
The hour is late. You should be in your rooms. Why have you not retired?"
I immediately attack this guy.
What?
I'm attacking him.
Okay.
Alright, dude.
Attack the darkness.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2 for initiative. Do I get a surprise?
It's a
round?
surprise.
Surprise
It's
attack.
surprise. He wasn't expecting
I'm
you to
surprised.
attack.
None of us
I'm
are
surprised.
surprised.
I'm surprised.
I'm not really
I'm
surprised.
the damn game master.
Does he have essence of dead or is he alive?
Oh no, he's human.
This is pretty much how I saw it going.
Killing the. Okay.
Yeah, there's somebody good hanging out in this castle. So that's a
It
8.
could be slave labor.
I rolled an 8 to hit armor class 0.
Yeah.
It
Don't even bother rolling damage, by the
He's
way.
dead.
Alright.
I go,
So,
when his head flies off, I go, "Nice knowing you.
Bye.
Great
Sorry.
talk."
Sorry.
Haven't we had conversations about just
So-
going around beheading people?
the head rolls into the mists and
Yes,
across
I
the
have.
floor. You kind of have to look for it if you wanted it.
Okay.
The body collapses
I'm doggone embarrassed.
Now, I'm going to take his clothes off
Put them on.
and put them on Darvon.
No, thank you. I'm standing at the far end of the hall.
Well, Darvon, the nice clothes.
No, please no.
I take his jacket off.
That's a
and
dead man's clothing. It's soaked in blood. And what's going to keep you from chopping me up next? No, thank you.
Of course I'm not going to chop you up next. That's,
All right.
that's ridiculous.
There is a large brass ring of keys that he had on his belt.
At least now we can go wherever we want as long as we figure out which key it is.
Well, yeah, let's try it. Let's try the keys out on the big brass door with the chains and all that stuff.
What direction did he come from?
Remember, we came down the stairs.
Right.
He came to the left. The brass door.
Oh, there was. That's right. I said there was bars.
Yeah.
Yes. Ah, the keys do open the bar gate.
All right. Great.
Where did he come from then?
Down the hall.
He did
The
come
other hall?
from the right. You stepped off the stairs.
Oh,
He
yes.
came
Okay.
from the right. The bars are to your
Got
left.
it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the keys open
Okay.
the gate, and
Right.
it swings open, and you find yourselves standing amongst arch frames of stone that form a low, wet ceiling over what was obviously the castle's wine cellar. Great casks of wine line the walls, with their bands rusting and their contents long since spilled to the
I was just
ground.
about to say that. Don't.
Against the far wall are a number of bottles of corked wine that do seem to have survived the ages.
I believe
Well-
there's far barbarian
I
friend to
would
drink.
like to search the room and see if there's any maybe hidden passages that lead.
Ah, an excellent attempt. Yes?
Before I go into this room, I would like to do the brief version of last rites for this poor gentleman and his now decapitated head, who did nothing but welcome us to this place.
I'm taking my hat off for this one.
He's a little creepy about welcoming us.
Oh yeah, he's hanging out. He's hanging out in a castle with the guy who's devastating the town.
But he could have his family, like, trapped somewhere in the castle in
Yeah, his
imprisonment.
his
so he's
hideous
gonna-
family of degenerates who are all eating the bodies
Who
of
he will
the
also
children that they
decapitate.
kidnapped from the town.
He will also decapitate when he's
£5. £5 says someone
He's little
eats
kid's
you
gonna
for
you see
this.
my dad, he's on him! Sly!
I now
Ominous,
understand
omnibus.
that everyone
I missed
is
the
getting
bus. When's the
slaughtered.
next bus?
Everybody in his castle's getting slaughtered in my
Everybody's
book.
getting slaughtered. See, I didn't actually know that at the beginning, but now I do. I'm,
All right.
I'm aware.
Please roll a 20-sided
We're all
die
on the same page.
versus
Oh my
your
God.
wisdom.
So my wisdom
Oh,
is 13. I got a 3.
You got a 3? Really? All right. So you're tinkering around looking to see what else is in this wine cellar. And you find
Chink, 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 chink. Talk, talk,
a
talk.
panel that slides. It's leading into another spiral staircase, but you can tell by the diameter of the staircase, this is not the tower you were in earlier. This is one of the castle's other towers.
Like, we might actually be in castle.
It leads you both down and up.
Oh. I pull out a coin and flip it.
Wait, which one smells less foul?
Oh.
Down we go. I go first.
He chose down. All right.
He chose down.
The large gray flagstones of this spiraling staircase lead up and down around a massive stone core. Cobwebs fill the staircase, making it difficult to see even the ceiling. Heavy beams sag overhead from centuries of burden. As you step off the bottom of the staircase, you find yourself looking across a hall that is so wide and so deep that the edges of your light can't illuminate that far.
The crypt.
Let's hope not.
Well, from what I understand, there's always
That's
a
all
place
Game
that
of Thrones.
vampires have to sleep, and
Buried deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft, this arched ceiling sags over squat crypts, forming the catacombs.
Go faster.
A thick fog about knee-deep clings to the floor. Cobwebs hang limply in the musty air. Thick dust is settled over everything, filling the crypt's engravings, making it difficult to make out the names of those buried here. The black ceiling seems to be moving.
I would like to look and see if there's any, like, I know I've used everything that's covered in dust, but if there's any fresh footprints, like somebody had been down here recently.
Good call.
It'd be like a tracking check.
Something like it. I would go ahead and make another wisdom check. Just
I got a 5.
taking a look, you don't see any tracks. There's an even layer of dust across the floor.
I say, well, if any creature walks, it has not disturbed this place in a very long time.
Are there any statues with these crypts?
You want to investigate some of the crypts, do you?
Yes,
Sure.
we're walking out. We're walking down into the crypt. Or down. We're walking into the crypt. I'm going first.
Straight in.
I'm going straight in.
You're going straight in.
Yeah.
If you haven't
All
noticed,
right.
he goes with the aggressive forward approach.
As you're walking,
It's short.
there is a short crypt to your left and one to your right as you proceed forward.
Mm-hmm.
The one to your left, the stone has been carefully laid to one side.
Mm.
Through the swirly mists of the perpetual fog, the newly engraved letters read, Irina Kolyana, wife. The crypt is empty except for a brand new, empty coffin.
Oh, he wants a new bride. Great.
To your right, the crypt reads, Artemis, builder of the keep, thou standest amidst the monument to his life.
Wow.
As you continue forward at the edge of your torchlight, you see a 20-foot wide staircase leading downward.
All right, well, let's go down.
All right. Does anyone want to investigate the other crypts you pass on your way?
Might as well quickly.
All right.
So you're lingering. Well, maybe I'm just heading on down by myself, and you all hanging out up here looking at these
Well,
other crypts?
that's why I said quickly. I'm not
All right.
going to spend a lot of time doing it. I'm going to give him a good glance.
That's like the famous last thing where like the rest of us disappear. You're like, well, let me just check this out.
And then I turn around and go,
Guys!
Yeah.
I'm going to
Guys!
I mean,
We're gonna see one that's like Strahd 1.0, Strahd 2.0, Strahd 3.0.
The next one says, Sir Cedric Spinwitovich, the Admiral. Confused though he was, he built the greatest naval force ever assembled in a landlocked country.
"Ah,
Oh, well,
All right.
well done, sir.
Sounds like
I'm
the sound
gonna
of
go-
music.
I'm going down the stairs after him
me too.
because
All
that
right.
one was silly.
No, it is a silly place.
It's the Admiral of
It's only a
Austria.
model.
You start down the wide stone stairs.
Hello?
Hello.
Is anybody home? We
Wide
just saw ourselves down.
steps descend to a landing flanked
Sorry.
by two alcoves. Within each alcove, standing fully 3 times as tall as a man, is a bronze statue of a warrior holding a spear. A soft blue curtain of light flows between the two alcoves. Dimly visible on the other side of the light are more descending stairs.
God, this place goes on and
Throw
on.
a rock at the light.
I was going to throw it.
So we can't walk around the outside of the statues.
Nope.
Right, well, I'll walk right in between the
I
two
know it's
statues.
tempting.
What is your alignment, my friend?
Got it good.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So you see him step forward. He hits the blue light. There's a blinding flash, and now he's standing at the top of the stairs behind all of you.
Pardon?
Oh, we need some kind of.
Neat trick. Do it again.
Well, I don't know. That's weird.
I give it a go.
It's a trick. Get an axe. What is your alignment?
Lawful good.
You step through
Back to the top.
and are standing on the opposite side of the blue curtain.
Oh. Anybody else want to join me?
I can't.
Let's find out what happens. And I just step right in.
What are you?
I'm neutral good.
Top of the stairs, standing right next to the barbarian.
Lawful good,
Right through.
What's up, girl?
right? How you doing?
Well, I guess that's that. You guys continue on without us, and me and the bard here, we're gonna head back.
We'll let you know how it turns out.
We'll let you know how it turns
I
out.
say,
Fancy a few rounds of spades?
why don't you wait for just a moment and let us see if there's anything we can find to maybe let this down. I'm gonna search around to see if there's any way I can disable this.
Yeah, take a closer look at this.
Maybe you can turn the statues left to right.
Yeah.
Is there dispel magic in this version?
Oh, actually, I have to dispel
In fact,
magic.
there is.
Does anybody?
I cast dispel magic.
All right, we get through then.
As it turns out,
It doesn't work.
the dispel is not entirely effective, but in the course of attempting to cast it, you realize that if your friends are standing there waiting for you to dispel the magic, you can simply reach through
Pull them.
and pull them through.
Oh, I see.
Okay, I pull the bard through.
Oh, it's nice to see you again.
I'll help the barbarian.
Okay.
All right, so now you're all four on the opposite side of this curtain of energy. Down the stairs you go.
Don't lose this if you want to get back up.
Aren't you glad that you know us?
This
You're
tomb
part of the cool
rests in hushed silence. Windows stained black from the ages gone by filter dim light into this room. A closed coffin stands on each side of the chamber.
Okay.
Over the coffin, to the right of the stairs, is a mural of a great warrior king astride a horse. His army is spread out in the valley below him. Over the coffin to the left of the stairs is a beautiful woman standing upon a balcony. 3 young boys stand at her side. In the castle courtyard below the woman, a jousting contest is being held.
This is all paintings.
Well, we got any way to absolutely fucking destroy this little room here with these coffins in it? Can anybody cast a
Fireball?
Fires?
Well, as it so happens, I can produce a gout of explosive flame.
Do it now!
Do you fancy a hearing?
Well, just for interest, the thing that was letting us through either let you through if you're lawful or if you're lawful good. So if he was evil, he wouldn't be able to get down here.
That's right.
So maybe not destroy what may be one of the only good things left in this place?
Alright.
Alright. Well then, no.
Don't walk in there.
No
I would like
fireballs for me.
to. I would like to
walk over to the coffin.
Okay.
No, open the coffin
There
up.
it is.
You
Yeah.
open the coffin.
Just-
And now we're
Desecration.
grave robbers. Fantastic.
Inside the coffin,
This may be the weapon we're looking for.
Yeah, we're all looking for different things.
inside the coffin, you find the body of a great king. He's dressed in polished armor. He's got both hands up at his breast, clasping the hilt of a sword that has no blade.
Well, take the hilt out of his hand.
I would like to investigate. I would like to ask if I can investigate the. Look
Yeah,
at the.
I hand you the hilt.
I go ahead.
I
And,
start taking the armor out.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
I just want to look and see if there's anything
What are you,
written
superstitious?
on it or
Yes.
anything.
Very. I raised dead,
Indeed.
apparently, so I'm overly superstitious.
while you are attempting to check
Decipher.
out this weapon,
Mm-hmm.
there's a snapping sound and a blade of pure energy, as if the sun itself is blazing inside the blade of the sword, erupts from the hilt in about a long sword-sized length.
I think I found something that may work.
Does this have anything to do with any of our cards? Nice. This is very nice.
However,
I, not knowing how to use swords, kind of hand it to the barbarian, not really knowing what to do.
all right. Well, take the sword.
Okay, so Hadouken. All right,
Are we gonna say that we still have any of those pluses left?
When he shows up, I just want to go.
why not?
How
Okay.
did you get down here?
Teleport.
I'm confused.
Vampire.
Clear
Perhaps.
teleport.
When you guys
Strahd.
violated the barrier, he was able to slip through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, by the way, 2 of you got charmed by him earlier in the adventure and didn't know it.
Oh yeah.
So,
Fantastic.
There's a guy on the road.
Who?
you two.
Of
Yeah,
course.
the guy on the, that's
I'm
his first
excited.
ploy. He greets you as you come in,
Yeah.
tries to charm you, and then later in the adventure,
You're his buddy. You're his
Yeah.
pal. So I
What?
guess we're gonna have to deal with
That's
that.
awesome. Yay. That's good news.
So we're charmed.
Yeah.
you two are charmed.
Okay, cute.
So at the beginning of the combat,
I'm
you're
gonna
not
attack the bard.
able to attack Strahd.
I'm already
Now,
charmed.
it doesn't necessarily
Dang it.
mean that you would attack someone who's your friend.
I've been wanting to punch him in the
Because
face.
remember, charm makes you believe you're someone's best friend, but if they order you to do something against your nature, you get a saving throw.
My
You-
friend
you-
wouldn't tell me to do
It
that.
won't just be, hey dude, kill your mom. What? That
Actually, I don't think we have time. I
You don't
really
think we have time?
Yeah,
All
no.
right.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. It's probably gonna take about half an hour.
Alright.
And I don't want to go to 11:15.
That's fine.
I have to work
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
I do
people have
too.
to work tomorrow. Yeah, I'm concerned about your.
I got
You can
that.
leave stuff here.
Yes, I just
Yes.
wanted to clear some space for your game Wednesday.
Okay.
That was awesome, gentlemen.
Yes.
How do you feel it went, Jim?
Oh, great.
Oh, it's
Could have been better.
classic 2nd edition gaming.
You kind of have to.